Chemical properties and chemical changes is what we looked at in the previous video. Chemical properties are properties based on the constituents of the matter. When these properties change, it's called a chemical change. We also had a brief look at a few examples of chemical changes in our daily lives. Let us now have a look at a few more examples where substances undergo chemical changes. Let us begin with experiments performed in laboratories. Suppose we take vinegar and add baking soda to it, then the mixture gives out bubbles. These bubbles indicate the liberation of carbon dioxide gas. Now this is one chemical change. Vinegar, when added to baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate, gives us carbon dioxide. That clearly indicates a change in the chemical composition of the reactants. Now to take this reaction up another step, if we collect the carbon dioxide gas liberated and pass it into freshly prepared lime water, it would turn the lime water milky. Again, a chemical change. And this time, a new chemical is formed. Yes, the white color indicates the formation of calcium carbonate along with the release of water. This means carbon dioxide reacts with calcium oxide, quicklime to give us calcium carbonate, a chemical change which is irreversible. Let us now take another example. If we take a magnesium ribbon and burn it, we get an extremely bright white colored flame. Be careful. This activity is not to be performed without adult supervision. You must not perform this on your own. So in this experiment, a bright white flame is obtained, indicating burning of magnesium. Not only this, but after burning it completely, we find fine powder in the form of ash. Chemically, this ash is magnesium oxide, which means it's not the pure form of magnesium. Magnesium has been oxidized. This again is an example of a chemical change. Next example we have in the list is that of copper sulfate solution and an iron object. If we add copper sulfate powder to water and supplement it with a few drops of dilute sulfuric acid, then a brilliant blue solution is obtained. Now if we add a piece of metal like an iron nail or something, then after a while there are two noticeable changes. One is the blue color of the solution changes to green, and the second, the iron nail color changes to copper brown. That's because it gets a coat of copper on it. Yes, the copper from the copper sulfate solution gets deposited on the iron nail, and the copper sulfate solution turns to an iron sulfate solution. Now, isn't this an amazing example of chemical change? I think it is. The last change in our list is the one which we see in our daily lives. An excellent example of chemical change is the process in which iron rusts. Rusting is also known as corrosion. Iron, on coming in contact with water and air, gets rusted very easily. Technically, it's the formation of iron oxide. This means that this chemical change causes the pure form of iron to change. And yes, of course, the change is irreversible. This is the reason why, to prevent corrosion, we coat metal objects with other metals which do not rust easily. For example, we can coat iron objects with zinc. That would prevent iron materials from corroding easily. This process of coating zinc on the surface of iron or steel, to be precise, is called galvanization. It's an important process to prevent rusting in iron or steel objects. This was a general overview of the various types of chemical changes that we encounter in our daily lives.